Hello, and welcome to another episode of Who's That Anime with your hosts, Colin and Steve.
Hello.
Woo!
I'm
Colin, Steve!
You can't see unless you're looking at the video, but I am waving my arms in a sort of very Ed-like fashion.
It's very, it's like, no, no, I don't think you can wave your arms like Ed, because, like,
There's no
our arms
bones.
there's literally no bones.
This is this is just jelly sticks waving around. She's definitely got the sort of Kermit the Frog chaotic arm waving that is pretty great.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? So, as you know, in space, right,
Uh-huh.
you kind of lose bone mass and stuff like that, and
Yeah. Oh,
tension.
bone density definitely is
Yeah.
decreased, yeah.
So, but Earth, Ed lives on Earth,
Hmm.
where her bone density should be normal, essentially, and everyone else should have like a
Should have the
solid
jelly
body
arms.
structure. Yeah, but she's got jelly arms. All right, maybe this is all in perspective of like space dwellers, and they're
Hmm.
all walking all jelly-like. And she's walking all weird like because she has the density in the arms, but it's a twist perspective because you've seen it like them, and they're like, "Oh, we're all normal," and Ed's all weird and unnormal.
Oh no.
I mean, and to be honest, Ed is weird and
Well,
unnormal, but
Ed is exceptionally abnormal, so yeah, that could be right.
yeah,
Could be right.
maybe that's it. Maybe it's all just the perspective of space dwellers.
I uh I saw the Eternals the other day.
The Eternals,
Uh, yeah,
like that movie.
Marvel movie. Yeah, that movie is nearly 3 hours long.
All right.
Very little happens in that movie. For a, for a 3 hour long movie, there's very little happens.
Has there ever been a movie it actually like represented like what would happen in a 2 hour space?
Oh yeah. That. Well, I don't know about 2 hours, but certainly that. I feel like is it Dunkirk might actually be that is actually I'll in air quotes a one shot movie where it is literally just following an entire scene or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's not the whole movie, but the other thing is there was a Russian movie. I can't remember the name, but I'm pretty sure it's 90 minutes long and it is a single shot.
90 minutes shot, long shot,
Yeah,
90 minutes
so,
long of a guy just walking down the street going,
that would probably have been easier than what they ended up doing. I don't actually know what the movie was about, but man, 90 minutes of just getting shit right is imagine being the guy that messed it up on minute 87. All right, reset, go again.
oh, in Russia you just get taken to the side and shot.
Man, it's a
Maybe.
hard end. Well,
Possibly.
I did see that Russia appears to be sending cargo planes to fly over Finland for some reason.
Send cargo planes to fly over
Ca-
Finland.
Cargo planes, and they're flying. They're definitely flying above military airports. So
Alright. Cargo planes, eh?
yeah, I mean they probably are cargo planes, but I imagine they have massive camera rigs underneath them taking lots of photos. Who knows what they're up to?
I know, you got satellites for that, don't you?
I don't know. It was like that old Simpsons joke where the guy says, "I thought the Soviet Union dissolved," and he says, "That's what we wanted you to think." And then all of the parade floats change into like tanks and marching soldiers.
Yeah, well, that's another thing the Simpsons got right.
Well, I mean, another thing we should probably have some concern over, considering their hit to miss ratio is, you know, pretty good.
I don't know, man. They got like how many seasons
32.
and how many episodes in a season?
25.
25 times by 32.
Yep.
That's a number.
It is a lot of episodes.
So I mean, like, if only a few of them somehow predicted the future, then they're
Oh,
not that
yeah,
accurate. They're probably about as accurate as Nostradamus and the Mayan
yeah.
calendar
Uh,
and other people that's claimed the future.
there, there have been 717 episodes of The Simpsons.
717, yeah. So there you go. One or two coincidences in that is not, it's not really going to be that surprising.
I mean, there is a news article from 4 days ago that says that Tom Brady, the American footballer's new Brady blue hoodie, is practically identical to the one featured in the Simpsons episode in 2005. So they've also predicted what Tom Brady's clothes would look like.
Or maybe Tom Brady took that inspiration
Yeah.
from The Simpsons.
Well, it's like is that not the Star Trek effect to a degree as well, or something like that, where like futurists thought of something and then rather than like thinking naturally about what would make sense in present day, we look to sci-fi shows and go, "Oh, we should try that." Like Connect is probably born from Minority Report.
You think?
I don't know. Tom Cruise does all the hand wavy stuff, and
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like I don't think that's just from that one film. But yeah,
no, probably not. But it's certainly one of those things where you start to say, "Well, at the time, it looked really cumbersome and silly." So
yeah.
that was 10
What's
years
the
before you released the Connect.
yeah? But then you got other ones like tablet and that, mobile phones
Yeah, that's true. That's
or
true.
smartphones as they're called because they have stuff to spy on you. S is for
Yeah.
spy. M is for mate. A is for
Keep going. I want to see where this
cu-
goes.
accumulate. R is
Smart,
for righteous.
mate, accumulate righteous.
And T is for tedious.
Tedious. Cool. Smart. I am so smart. MRT.
Got that right,
Another
right? I
classic
spelled
Simpsons
smart right.
joke. Well, the Simpsons joke I always refer to most recently is the one where uh, they're on. It's like, where are you? It's like Monster Island, but don't let the name fool you. It's actually a peninsula. It's such a great joke.
Isn't
It's,
that because
oh, uh,
isn't that like a reference to like Jurassic Park?
probably.
Because I
I
don't.
love that line. It's so stupid, but yeah, it appeals to I think the same humor center in my brain that giggles every time someone says, "I think we need to get these people to the hospital." What's that? It's a big building with people and doctors, but it's not important right now. Like that sort of level of joke. My brain has a specific part that engages with jokes like that. Um,
Police squad,
yeah.
airplane.
Oh, fuck. Police Squad is just like there will never be a time when I do not laugh at Leslie Nielsen while everyone else is walking through one door of the set to another area of the set, and he walks around the set instead of walking through the door. That is comedy gold.
Yeah. Uh just the deadpan character of it all.
Ah, it's so good. We should do. There's our next podcast, Colin. Is we should go
Oh,
into classic slapstick comedy, uh, vintage comedy of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and we could get into some like Kentucky Fried Movie and Airplane and History of the World Part 1.
Life of Brian,
Yeah, yeah, man. There's loads of good stuff.
Mike Python, the Holy Grail.
Yeah,
It's
it's
all
the
in the same vein. It's all in the
yep.
same vein because fucking hell, the stupidity of that. It's like, oh,
It's what makes it
you're
great.
playing coconuts. How do you get your coconuts? It's
It's
like,
what makes it
what?
amazing.
Oh, you are about we're on horses.
Oh, I man, I
Swallows brought them.
most recently I have wanted to revisit the spoof of Lethal Weapon called Loaded Weapon Part 1.
Oh
And it
yeah,
stars Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson.
the bloody weapons. So those ones. It was wasn't it a lethal weapon part Deuce? It's like
Oh, there's like
what's his name
4
in it?
Lethal Weapons.
No, no, not lethal weapon.
You're thinking of Hot Shots Part 2 with Charlie Sheen.
That was it.
And
But
also, Charlie Sheen has a cameo in Loaded Weapon as a valet.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It was kind
There's
of what made him.
Yeah, one of the great scenes in Loaded Weapon is when Samuel L. Jackson asks for a megaphone and starts yelling through the megaphone, but it's coming out in Korean or Chinese, and he looks at it and it says "Made in China." He goes, "Get me one made in America, God damn it!" And yeah, again,
Yeah,
that humor center of my brain, I could laugh at that shit all day long.
fucking ridiculous, man. That's why you love anime.
It is. Also,
That's probably why
Clue.
you.
Last thing, we have to. People should watch Clue if you haven't watched Clue.
Oh fuck! I haven't watched Clue.
Clue is, oh, Clue is great.
Clue, the movie about the board game before.
About Cluedo. Oh well, or
Mo-
about Clue, depending on where you're from.
yeah, but it's before that trend came a popular thing with like battleships and well, Rampage is a computer game, but
Yeah, man. And theme park rides, Pirates of the Caribbean.
theme park rides, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, that's where that comes from. Pirates of the Caribbean, the movie, is all based on a theme park ride.
Oh, God, that's the most ridiculous thing ever. Oh,
Yeah,
well, we need to make a movie. Oh, what Pirates of the Caribbean? Ah, okay, what's that? Oh, it's a theme park in our Florida park, or
I don't know. Battleships is pretty ridiculous.
I haven't watched that movie.
It's really bad.
I know that's why I haven't watched it. I was like,
It's really
no,
bad. And I for some reason have seen it more than once.
why?
I wish I knew. I wish I
You
knew.
wish you knew. It's like just oh
Uh,
look, there's battleships. Let's watch it. It's not like your kids have watched it,
so, oh, there's battleships. Oh God, where's the TV remote?
and then it's like it's not there. It's mysteriously gone, and you're like, oh, I
Yeah,
can't turn the TV
please,
off.
please not again. It's got Rihanna in it, which is weird.
It doesn't make any better though, does it?
No, no, it doesn't.
I mean,
Um,
like Street Fighter had Kylie Minogue in it.
now, oh man, I that movie. The movie's so good. It's
Well, and
really bad, but it's so
Eva,
good.
Is it Eva?
Hmm?
Had Madonna in it.
Oh,
Wasn't it Eva?
that
Eva?
Evita.
Evita.
Yeah, Madonna was in a lot of movies actually in the 90s and 80s.
She was, yeah. She got into the movies.
But Street Fighter the movie is a terrible but highly entertaining movie. Like, freaking love that movie.
There's no thought in it.
Nope. It's like it
Apart,
couldn't be further away from the brand, and yet so good.
apparently, it was maybe pretty. It was actually maybe pretty serious and pretty good. And then like Capcom got their hands on it and started like
Uh,
phoning things in. Like they had to have that a Japanese guy into it, and
man, I don't know. Apparently the whole cast got food poisoning while they were filming, and Jean-Claude Van Damme was constantly coked out of his head, and just
sounds about right. I mean,
yeah.
he's doing a video game movie when they were
Oh.
notoriously dire, like fucking Super Mario Brothers with Bob Hoskins.
So here's the thing, right? Is right. We'll move on after I say this, but Mortal Kombat, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Street Fighter movie are all products of the 90s 100%. They're also products of probably people not paying as much attention to their brands as they should in certain ways, and none of them are really, with the exception of maybe Mortal Kombat, super representative of what the franchise is about. That being said, though, with the experience of 25 years of time having passed,
Uh-huh.
those movies are all right. They're not good, but I could happily watch all of those movies and feel good about having spent the time watching them.
Oof. I believe Steve has been taken away and brainwashed by
Thoroughly
Universal
brainwashed.
Studios.
They promised me my own movie based on some theme park ride I saw once. Um,
Was it Pirates of the Caribbean?
it was It's a Small World at Disney, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's it's a small world. What
So,
about like Boy Meets World?
I man, don't don't get me started. Boy Meets World. We could be here a while. That show's awesome.
Okay,
My formative teen years watching Boy Meets World and Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
uh, meld them all together. Small. It's a small world.
Boy Meets
You
Bel Air.
heard it here first, folks. Steve was starring in a movie. It's a Small World. High
Yep.
budget of £100.
Yeah, Will Smith's interested, and so
Oh,
is, I want to say, Ben Savage. Yes, Ben Savage.
Ben
Uh,
Savage.
yeah, the younger of the Savage brothers.
Oh, there's two Savages.
Yeah, Fred Savage from the Wonder Years
Wonder
and the
Years
Wizard.
and the Wizard,
Yeah,
as a Nintendo movie
as in
about
the
the glove.
yep, he Fred Savage was the kid from that, and he was the kid in Princess Bride.
There was a kid in Princess Bride.
Yeah, you know the rapper. It was the like around the whole movie is Columbo telling his grandson a story, and the grandson that's in his bed sick is Fred Savage.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of how it started, isn't it? It was like a big story in a
Yep,
bed. I totally forgot about
yep.
that. That whole part, like it's like three scenes.
Yeah, it's not. There's not a lot of it, but it
Uh,
is. It's good shit. It's good shit. So,
go-
we're here to talk about the Cowboy Bebop movie. Believe it or not.
I mean, we're here to talk about a movie,
Yeah,
and the ones
we
that
just
we've
have to go
mentioned.
through every other movie first.
Yeah, every other movie, the ones that we were mentioning are not the movie. But yeah,
Oh,
it's Cowboy
oh boy,
Bebop movie time.
it is. Yeah, let's get into this. So, I can't even remember how this film starts.
It
Uh,
starts with a man playing solitaire with blue crystal balls.
yes. Solitaire or Go?
Solitaire.
Okay.
Because
I don't know why in my head I thought it was Go.
no, it's solitaire. So it's basically the cross-shaped puzzle where you kind of just play it yourself, and you got to jump the pieces and take one piece away, and eventually you're left with should be left with one, but it's only you can only do it in certain ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Not solitaire as the card game where you got to get all your cards into the suits.
Yep. No, you're
Because
totally right. I don't know why I'm conflating the two of them.
well, I suppose Go is kind of similar, only not really because you don't jump people, you
No, but it's also more
surround
chess-like.
people.
It's a square board.
Yeah, it's square board and grids, and also you surround people to take the pieces in that. Solitaire is kind of like drafts in the sense that you jump, but once again, it's an
I like
hours.
that. What we're saying is that I could see how you'd make that mistake, them being nothing alike.
Pretty much. I didn't want to say that. I was being nice. It's the
No,
start.
it's
It's the
fair.
start of the movie.
It's fair. Yeah, some guy playing solitaire with
Yeah, you know
blue
what he
Orby
is.
marbles.
Yeah, and then you have a narration by Spike saying, "Oh, this guy is always alone," type thing, and sleep on the couch.
Yep,
And then he wakes
that's
up
right.
and gets a call from Jet and goes, "Come on, we gotta go." And then next thing, there's a convenience store which is getting robbed by a bunch of thugs.
Yep,
And the
this is a good
guy,
scene.
yeah, and a guy is standing on the counter, uh, squatting and pointing a gun at the lady and
Yep,
ranting on about shite, about corporate injustice and stuff like that.
and meat.
And meat. Well, she says meat. Says, what
Yeah,
do you think is most popular? Meat. That's what everyone says.
he's like weirdly proselytizing about crap, and he's like, I hate it when they think they have something to say. They never shut up.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He never shuts up, and then he's comments the fact he used to work for the company. He says, and then they fired me because of I don't know they went bankrupt or something,
yeah,
or no, there was a rehiring, restructuring in the company. And now I'm a thief. Ain't that funny? Ha 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 ha. Ha.
uh,
No, laugh harder. Laugh harder. Ha ha ha.
stop
It's not
laughing.
funny. It's not funny.
That's, that is quite good. Is the like the kind of escalation of laughs between he and the cashier as she's being held at gunpoint to the point where she's properly just going ha 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 ha. It's
Yeah.
like it's not that funny. Stop it.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, Jet's casing the joint out. Says, "Oh, there's three people in here.
Yep.
Go. Let's go and deal with it." Jet went the back way. Spike walks in for the front with his headphones, listening to music, going do do do, and the guy's like, "Hey, get out of here!" And then he looks down. The guy looks
Well,
down.
after he's kicked the guy in the front who says we're closed, and he just
Yeah.
kicks him square in the face.
Yep. Who's on steps.
Yeah, on the way in.
Like it's like Spike came Spectre Gadget and extended his leg properly. Anyway, um, and then he walks in, and then the other guy is saying, "Get him out." The guy on the counter says, "What are you doing? You get out." And it's like, "Oh, how much is this?" And he picks up a party popper, fires a party popper in his face, and then promptly kicks the guy's face into a coffee machine and turns the coffee machine on.
That seemed somewhat unnecessary. Like that
That's
was already out.
it.
He was already out of commission before he started scolding him.
Yeah. Then the
Oh
other guys
dear.
are like, start firing at him, and oh, Jet
Jet
jumps through an
appears.
air vent.
Yeah, he appears from the sky, fucks up another guy with a good swift punch to the stomach,
Yep.
and I think that the other guy who is still trying to catch Spike leans over one of the aisles to get him, and Spike just launches him like full on judo flip right over the aisle and into the wall on the other side.
Yep. and then they're having a wee talk about it and going blah blah blah, and then you hear the toilet flush, and the guy comes out the toilet, and then Spike complains that Jet said, "I thought you said there was only three guys,"
Yeah.
and it's like, and then Jet tried to get off it with saying something from the Book of War or something like that.
I can't remember exactly what it is he says, but yeah, like the guy holds the old woman at the end of the aisle hostage, and he's trying to get their attention, but they're too busy bickering about the fact that Jet got this wrong. And then he's like turns the blame on him, and he's like, "You just take too long in the bathroom. You come out earlier. We could have dealt with this properly."
Pretty much, yeah. You take too long for having a shit. uh, and then he's like, "Oh, don't do it." And then throw your guns on the ground. Jet does it, and then Spike just holds it up, and it's like, "What are you doing, Spike? This is not you," says Jet. And then the guy just kind of points the gun at him, and then he goes,
Yeah,
"Because
shoots the gun out of his hand and into his
yeah,
shoulder by the looks of it.
yeah." And there's this, he goes, "Oh, goddamn cowboy," because Spike mutters that he's not a law enforcer or anyone that really
Yeah,
cares about what happens to people, just wants the money. Um, and then the old lady asks him, "Well, what do you mean by cowboy?" And Spike goes, "Just a good old bounty hunter, ma'am."
yep.
And
After
then,
saying sorry, Granny, I don't really care what happens to you.
yeah, then it breaks into the intro. It's
I'm gonna say something.
uh-huh,
I think the music choices in this film are weird,
uh-huh.
bordering on bad.
Yeah, not liking them.
I the songs in isolation I think are not fundamentally bad songs. I don't know what the music direction was in this movie. It just felt off.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I like the intro.
It's maybe one of the better examples, but like there are a lot of in English songs throughout the whole movie,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them feel very not right.
Possibly find if you watched it in the Japanese, it'll be different tunes.
No, no, I watched it in Japanese,
Oh, all right then.
and those songs are still in English,
Yeah,
except that
that
one
makes sense.
song that I think is in Arabic at a certain point.
Ah, yeah, well, that's me. That's kind of
That's thematic,
confused.
and that's maybe one of the better examples. But
Yeah, I mean that one there was in the Arabic quarter of the city. Um,
yeah,
uh, and then after the intro, I think they're playing Shogo. Shogo,
yes, yeah,
Shogi.
Shogo on top of Shogi. They're playing the Japanese chess.
Yeah, let's just call it Japanese chess.
That's what
Shogi.
Jet calls it.
On English.
I watched it with the dubbing, the sub. Sorry, so
All right, okay. By the way, the copy you got does have two audio tracks.
did not know that. But okay.
'Cause I went, oh, it's in Japanese. I'll change it to. Oh, it does have the other audio. Okay,
Yeah. Whoops. Nope. Did not do that. Watched it in the
it's fine.
Japanese.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so yeah, so they're playing that, and Jet's just arguing with Spike, saying how he's too what do we call it? Spontaneous. Doesn't think
Yeah.
about his.
He's only thinking one move ahead and not 20 moves ahead.
Yeah, at least that's what Spike's giving off anyway. Um, and then he calls back to the old woman in the convenience store. Like, uh, so he does that. And he does the move, and then Spike makes a move, and his classic. classic anime shogi playing goes is the opponent complains and wants them to take back the move so you can go in that space. It's like every time I ever watched anyone play like shogi in anime, it's always the scene where the other guys go, "Oh, come on, look, take back your move. I want to go there."
But then does Ein makes a move for Jet?
Yeah, yeah. I
He's
comes
like,
up, climbs on the table, and then moves the rook
yeah,
piece.
he's like, ho ho, what? That's it. That is a good move.
That's exactly the move I was going to make. Come on, Spike, it's your go now. And then Spike's asleep.
And he's yeah, that's because he can go to sleep anywhere.
Yeah, Spike just sleeps all the time, apparently. Um,
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
and then cuts to Faye, I think, at that point.
What's she up to?
She's coming back from the horse
She's in the
racing,
ship.
but
Yeah, that's right. She's lost money in the horse racing.
and, another plays a tune on the radio.
Yep.
Uh, and Ed calls and goes, "Oh, yeah, there's this bounty that you can go and get."
Oh, that's right. This is how we get to the scene on the highway.
Yeah, but there's not something before that. Probably nothing. I know Ed's on the computer trying to find something. Anyway, yeah. So
Because
yeah,
it's
she
a
goes to the
hacker.
scene. Hmm?
It's a hacker she's on the lookout for,
Yeah, she's
and
after.
she's hovering over the highway. I think where the location is, and she's like, "Well, I don't see him." And then
Uh,
there's a dude with a beard.
and well, it's more that she's been given the coordinates. Apparently, this truck that the yellow
Yeah, yeah,
tanker truck is actually he's used his ID or something on it. It's,
yeah.
and then the truck pulls over in the middle of the highway, and the driver comes out, and it's not the kid,
Nope.
and it's the dude with the beard,
Yep. It's
and then
Metallica Snufkin.
Calicus nothing. Sure,
He looks like a sort of like a metal fan version of Snufkin from the Moomins.
maybe at the end, maybe towards the end.
Yeah, even with the whole time I thought he just looked like that. The end cemented it.
You've been watching the Moomins.
Yeah, man, the Moomins are a regular reading in this household.
Well, the Moomins are regular reading.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I never actually
These
read them.
books are good.
I,
They're real good.
I watched the cartoons. It was trippy as shit, man.
Oh yeah, me too. I mean, all the names are mental. Hattie Fatteners, Hemulen,
Yeah.
all
It was
gets a
weird
bit
ass.
weird.
Scandinavian, is it?
Yeah, I think it's the author is Swedish and Finnish, I believe. By
Oh,
so yeah, it's a cross section.
yeah. Kind of like the Smurfs.
They're French.
Is Smurfs French? I thought they're Scandinavian.
I think the Smurfs are French,
Eh,
and I because Tintin is Belgian, right?
yeah, Tintin is Belgium.
Okay. Oh no, sorry. The Smurfs are Dutch.
Oh,
No
Dutch.
wait,
Oh,
no.
well.
Oh no, sorry. The Smurfs are Belgian. Shit.
The Smurfs Belgian.
Yeah. How about
All
that?
right.
I did not know that.
Neither did I, apparently.
Huh. You learn something new every day. Anyway,
So have you guys, maybe.
maybe
Maybe.
if you're
Could,
still listening at this point, Beardo Meet Beardo, kind of emerges from the truck,
Mhm.
and then fucking there's quite an explosion.
Yeah, the truck explodes,
It's a cool ass explosion.
and then kind of looks up at Faye in the ship,
At Faye,
and
yeah.
then turns around and then jumps off the big highway down somewhere. I don't know where he goes,
No, but he's out of sight.
and
And
out of mind.
yeah, Faye then of course heads back to the ship. Turns up and it's like, well, lost him, couldn't find him. He wasn't there. Other guy was there. Whatever. And then
What?
they're like, so it says there was an explosion. It's like, yeah, saw that from the highway. It says there was like a virus or something. Why are you all looking at me like that?
Pretty much. Some along those lines. It was, she came in and went basically. I didn't get him, but there was this big explosion on the highway,
Yeah.
and then they kind of were looking at the news broadcast because it was on every channel about this thing, and it's like, all right, and there's a virus, and you were there. Oh shit!
Yep. So why are you all
And then
looking at me like that?
yeah,
Why
and
wouldn't you come near me?
then promptly chases them around the room.
Yep.
Even Ayn and Ed run,
Yeah.
stay away from him.
She says, even the dog is afraid of me.
Yeah. And then the TV blurts out, oh, there's I don't know, 3 million long, long.
Oh no, 300 million Wulong.
Well, lots of money.
The most I've heard of a bounty, for sure.
That's a movie, man. You gotta make it big.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then they all kind of stop and go, what? And then start going hunting them.
Yep.
Faye's giving all the info for the price and does a caricature of.
Oh
of the
man.
guy.
I love that because I like Spike's reaction, which is, wow, if he actually looks like that, I'll pay. If you find someone that looks like that, I'll pay the bounty myself.
Yeah. Good old Spike.
It's a good reaction.
Yeah.
What's the scene after this, man?
I think basically this is where Spike goes hunting in Midrock.
Oh, the Arabic district,
Yeah.
and he
He's
meets
going around.
the
He's going
dude.
around town. Yeah. He's going around town first, and I think he gets a lead to go down there.
Yeah, and what is it? He wants to buy from the guy. He
Bean shop man.
wants beans.
Yeah.
He goes, if you have this bean, these beans will, if eaten by a woman who is not being has committed infidelity to her husband, will die. It will eat all of this immediately and die. Those who are, not cheating on their spouses, will eat it slowly and only throw up the poison, or something mental like that. And then he just
like that, yeah.
picks up the bean and flicks it into his mouth. Super weird.
Yeah. Not to mention that the old guys are back.
Yeah, he asks information from them, and they're like, "Nah, we were bounty hunters too." Like, oh,
Yeah.
we should help each other. Nah, I don't wanna. And they all,
They were everything though.
yeah,
Those guys.
simultaneously
They're like,
pick up the table and just kind of shuffle out of sight.
yeah, they've had to pick up the table.
Yeah, they don't just leave; they take the table with them. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I was They also thought, oh, you're a cop. I ain't a cop. Oh, you a syndicate. I ain't a syndicate. Oh, maybe he's a syndicate cop. It's like, no,
To be
I'm
fair
a
to them, though, he does look quite like a cop when he's not wearing his jacket, because he's just got a shirt and tie.
Yeah, but he was wearing his jacket there, wasn't he?
I can't remember if he had it around his shoulders. and his arms out the front at
Well,
that point.
I
Because in
think
the
he was
next
wearing
scene,
it.
he's not wearing his jacket.
Yeah, he's certainly taking it off and he's carrying it around over his shoulder.
Yeah.
Um, there he so he's talking to the bean shop man, who's been very helpful and very kind, and has a grenade lighter.
I hear you're looking for beans.
Yeah, he's looking for beans and this lights up this grenade that has like a 10-inch high flame coming from it.
Yeah, as a proper like windproof lighter, but also acetylene torch.
Yeah. Uh, um, so yeah, he's basically he follows this guy around the town,
Yeah.
takes
I
on
think his name's
to this.
Rashid.
Yeah, everyone goes Rashid. Not the guy from Street Fighter Five,
No.
because he's also called Rashid,
Oh.
which makes me think that maybe Japanese people only know of one Averick name,
They
Rashid.
they did call the white guys Guy and Ken.
Guy, no, Guy's not white. He was
Is he
Asian.
not? Was he?
He's yeah, he's of or Asian descent, at least.
Oh, I always thought he was. I always thought he was American.
No, he's just in Metro City. He had Cody, who's the American, and
Cody.
Hagar.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh,
Oh, who's the other one? The joke character.
Dan.
That's the one I'm thinking of. He's American, right?
Ah, he's Japanese too.
What? Oh
Sure, he's
man,
Japanese.
blowing my mind here.
His backstory is he joined. He was training with like Ken Ryu's master, but as soon as he was found out that he was only training up to get revenge over Sagat for killing
Holy
his
shit!
father.
He's from Hong Kong,
Was it Hong Kong? He's Chinese.
man.
I got it wrong. I knew he wasn't American though.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he was true. He got kicked out of the dojo, and then he kind of made up his own martial art, but not as good as Sakura because she wasn't trained by anyone, and she kind of can do all the fucking moves.
Oh, this is blowing my mind a little bit.
Uh,
I always
I
assumed he was American.
yeah, I bought one of the Street Fighter comics, like just one episode, and
Oh
the
yeah.
reason I bought this is because Dan was in hospital or something like that, and he was dreaming in the hospital of like red gems falling from the sky. So
Oh
that was his
dear.
moveset in Super Puzzle Fighter. Just red
I
gems. That's all you drop.
love Super Puzzle Fighter.
That's good. And Dan just drops red.
It's on backwards compat.
Ah, it wasn't really that great on the X360, but
It's the best way to play it now.
I got it in the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, nice. I am
Yeah,
still waiting on
EverDrive.
my my EverDrive. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I was actually watching was it Modern Vintage Gamer or whatever his name,
Uh huh.
MVG,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was doing things that some guys decided to port the original Tomb Raider over to the Game Boy
Game Boy.
Advance.
Yeah, yeah. It's cool. It's really cool.
But obviously it's basically a homebrew uh game.
Yeah. Very.
Very much homebrew. But let's get back to it. He's getting beans. He follows the guy around town. They go into like the smallest door possible in the
Yep.
whole city, and pop out like some other hatch.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then the guy goes, "Oh, I got this vase for you, Rashid. It's perfect for you." And he goes, "No, no, no. I think it's perfect for our visitor here. Here, have this vase."
It's fucking huge, and he just leaves him with it.
Yeah, it's fine. So I ain't here. I'm not tourists. I'm not buying souvenirs. Oh no, this is a perfect vase for you.
Oh
And
my
then just
god.
runs out the door. Bye.
Yeah, just abandons ship. And then, of course,
Yeah,
Spike then has to weirdly go back to the ship with this big vase. I think
yeah,
Faye calls it a spittoon.
yeah. I think it's different names. I don't know. Ed calls it something as well. About
Well, he
fish.
says, yeah, every time they go, huh, spittoon. He goes, yep. he just, he goes, yeah.
Yeah. And at this point, he's walking back through, and then there's a person wearing the hijab. Hijab is it?
Ajib.
Hijab.
The, uh, uh, hijab? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wearing basically hijab. Hijab. And passes him, and it goes all kind of slow motion because he can't
Oh, yeah.
recognize sees the girl in it. And then he goes back to the ship. And
Yep.
then she goes to some guy in an office and goes, "Oh, we lost sight of this of Vincent and also of what was the professor's name? The doctor?
Oh, I cannot remember.
Yeah, it's only like mentioned twice. So,
There's
um,
the. Did we? I feel like is this the scene where they end up in the hospital? They go to the hospital
oh, I think we missed that.
because it's not like major or anything like that. It's essentially like the police are sort of investigating the fact that they're still not sure about what this virus is because they can't find any trace of it. It's
Yeah,
there, but they don't know what it is.
yeah. It was a crazy virus. So all these people got infected by this virus. I think that was like before Faye came back.
I think it is. One of the best parts about that scene is uh they're talking about it, the two police guys, and one of them just sparks up a cigarette in the hospital and he goes, this is a no smoking area. He's like, who cares?
Oh, he didn't spark up. He wasn't. He put that one down.
No, he lights a cigarette in the
Was he
hospital.
in that one?
Yeah, like there's twice in the movie is the exact same joke where the guy says, this is a no smoking area, and he doesn't care.
Uh, uh yeah. So they're speaking to the doctor about that, and uh, one of the police guys sneezes,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and
It's
they're like, "Oh,
allergies.
shit!
I know
Just
in the
COVID
future
all
we
over
don't
again,
have
man.
allergies, but there are still some.
Just COVID all over again."
It is. Like, I mean, if he'd coughed in modern day now, he'd be just shot on sight.
Oh, almost shot. I remember when it started COVID, I was in the office, like literally like maybe a week before the first lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the office just looking at some guy's computer, and I got a big giant cough. Like, it's like, oh, it's okay. I'm just choking.
My my boss was off for I think 3 weeks the
Yeah.
month before we went into lockdown. So man, that was a really bad cold. And then halfway through lockdown, we were talking. They were like, "I wonder if I had it." It's like maybe, but good on you for not being in the office.
Yeah. Well, that's it, isn't it? It's kind of weird. That's attitudes to the thing. My boss is kind of weird with the attitude of it, in
Like
the
doesn't
sense that
care.
she does. doesn't fully grasp it. I think it's like
Well,
the new
I mean,
variants is just cold.
I mean, it's not. That's not how that works. It's not being downgraded. It's
No,
now
I
not a
know, I know.
different thing.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's like, I gotta test every time I want to go see people and that, and then
Yeah.
it's that's a bit of a pain. I mean, it's just going to be like cold flu symptoms type thing. It's like, no, 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 no,
No.
no, no. It's not like that. You kind of want to be testing because it's a highly um contagious
Contagious,
virus
and
disease.
not maybe not a problem for you, but a problem for someone else.
Yeah, well, it might be a problem for her. She's not exactly young. Uh,
I don't know. There's a lot of like madness surrounding that. On the plus side, England have just said that they don't believe in restrictions anymore. So there's that.
all right. So we relaxed our restrictions again, haven't we?
Well, they've taken away. They are no longer require you to use passports or wear masks.
Oh, all right. So they've gone right down to the bottom
They've
scale of it.
gone. Well, you see, what they're trying to do is deflect from the bigger problems they're having.
Oh, the bigger problems of like the government just doesn't fucking care.
That.
So
And now the allegations of blackmail as well, which are also pretty good.
yeah, I did hear someone about some guy defecting from Tories, and it's like, yeah, I was pretty much blackmailed to vote because if I didn't, then the thing that I wanted to happen wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't give me the
Oh,
money.
he would have had
But that's
his funding
nothing.
revoked.
Yeah, it's it's nothing unusual. It's just right in the whole thing. It's a whole whip policy that's
It
in our government.
is incredible.
It's it's been a thing since fucking dawn of the parliament. To be honest. Oh,
Yeah.
Blackadder, man, Blackadder.
Oh, that is also a good show. Anyway, I
That,
think at this point so we're in the ship, and then there's the vase, and then Ed decides that the vase is her new home, and just kind of
yeah,
dives headfirst into it.
yeah. She's pretty much like a cat.
Yeah,
She has been referred. What is she referred to as a cat in one episode
you might be right.
in the future
Yeah, you might be right.
by a nun?
Um. Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, she said. Yeah, she just appeared one day, and then we gave her a meal once, and then she just stayed.
Stayed for 3 years and then disappeared.
But Ed then pops her head back out. And is like, "Ooh, look what I found!" And it's one of those solitaire
Balls.
bead things. Yeah.
Yeah, but we've already seen them because we also had we're missing pretty much every instance that Vincent is on his own and doing his plotting. Because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we've met up
Yeah.
and he's actually with the the
The
hacker
hacker.
who's
Yeah.
playing a retro video game, which looks like one of those old LCD Tony toys,
It
but
does.
the graphics are too
Better.
advanced for that.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is the bit where they waste a police officer.
Yeah, well, he dies in this game. He goes, "Oh no, I
Yeah.
died," and then the police officer pulls him over and goes, "Yeah, what are you doing here? This is like the docks." And Vincent just like brings out a gun and shoots him, and the guy goes, "Oh, he's dead too."
He goes, "Oh no, he died."
Yeah, it's like,
It's really quite dark.
well, I mean, at the same time, he was like, "Oh, thanks, Vincent, for giving me the opportunity to be like a full-on terrorist."
Yeah, that guy's broken. He's a broken person.
He was
Um,
broken.
so we've got the bead thing now, and I think that did they not try to this is where they analyze that to find out what's in it,
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
and Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say in the dock scene, so they kill the cop and then go visit a guy and like show out the beats, these things, and
That's
like get up to put in a.
right.
So he's got another accomplice, and he's going to put them in,
Yes.
and he's going to do in Halloween because of it's when Drag is closer to heaven or something.
Yeah, yeah, because that's the bit where he shortchanges him on the money as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. So you'll get it later after that happens.
Which then comes back, and he definitely gets it. Uh,
Uh, yeah, that's much later in the movie.
he definitely gets it.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, they start analyzing the thing, and they find that it's lymphatic. Blah,
Uh,
blah, 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 blah.
Lymphus cease or
It's
something. But
lymphatic.
basically a cell that's apparently in your bone
It's in your
marrow.
body. Like your lymph nodes is where lymph fluid is.
Yeah, and it pretends to be that, and it's a bit odd shaped. And this is all you know at this time.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I think Faye gets a hit for the hacker again. So she goes out
Yes,
to an
she does.
arcade, and he's playing a light gun game. And
I did kind of like this scene because he's doing pretty well in his game,
mhm,
and he starts to sort of she talks to him, and he's like, "Oh, a woman, time to show off a little bit." She's like,
yeah,
"Duh, don't you want just to use the real thing?" And like pulls out a gun and shoots the screen, and he's like, "Ah." Or she says, like, "You're coming with me." He's like, "Ah, I was gonna get the high score." Man, it's like, are you even listening to me? Could you, like, I just fired a weapon about 2 centimeters away from your head. Could we, could we move this along? And then
zoom in.
then he's like, oh, well, and it looks as if he's going to pull out a gun, but no, it turns out he's got like two numpads attached, one at each hip, and just starts going, and then all the lights
Pro
go out.
hacker, man. Yeah, pro
That
hacker.
made me laugh so hard because it's like, I bet that was so much cooler 20 years ago.
That's never cool, dude. That was never cool.
Oh my god.
Was it was the fact that he was on about some Snoop Doggy Dog type character would appear. Well, I would have seen that guy because I would have got so high, and that's you only get to see him when that happens. You didn't get to you see that, and then turns off the lights and gets away. Runs up an escalator that's powered
Yeah.
down, and Faye
And
shoots a
Faye
big
unleashes the giant pink blobby monster thing.
yeah. Yeah, the arcade mascot or something.
Yeah.
Is also outside as she punches it as he gets away. But she gets a hat.
That's yeah.
Uh, and then I think the return. Is it is it that point where he goes and hacks like all TV channels or something,
I
and they
want
put
to
a
say
message saying that
yes.
some shit's going to happen in Halloween and something about bone marrow and stuff.
Y- yes, this is where it gets a bit more information around what the actual thing is.
Yeah, and then they go, oh well, actually, if you zoom in like 4 million times, you'll see these little nano machines, and they're not
Yeah.
made of metal; they're made of protein. And Fane Spiker go like, all right, cool, what's that?
What's that now? Yeah, okay, I guess.
Yeah, um, and then I think Spike goes to like a chemical company to delve deeper into it at that point.
I'm
And he notices that there's a cleaning truck comes out, of it. So he hijacks a clean truck and enters the building and pretends to be a cleaner.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yep. Because this is the
Uh,
bit where he's like cleaning a sign with a
Mopping
little
the wall.
brush, like
Yeah.
about 2 inches away from the wall.
Yeah.
And the woman we saw in the hijab earlier, presumably, uh,
Mhm.
passes by and kind of like takes notice of him, and he's like, "Well, I got her fooled because I'm mopping the wall." And
Yeah.
then she's like, "Nah, it's fucking dumb," and just pulls a gun on him.
Yeah. And then have a cool fight with the broom.
Broom fight.
Broom fight. Well, yeah, sort of. And
It's
he
pretty good.
starts chatting her up too.
Yeah, yeah. Because why not?
So he got to a point where he's like, heads, you do something, tails, we go on a date, I think was the terms. It was to flip a coin. Are you going quiet, man? No? Not ring a bell? Uh-oh. Oh, it's broken. Hi, everybody.
Um, I'm working in my head of like what sound effect I'm going to add, or like maybe a record scratch or something just in the middle of it. You're
Yeah.
probably wondering how I got here. Um,
Yeah.
so
Well,
we should address the elephant in the room. Um, so hey, this episode, we had problems, or I had problems, like halfway through recording the other night, um, where my computer just decided to shut down.
yeah. So you may notice a bit of disjointedness in what we're talking about because it's now what
It's 3 days later.
5 days later,
No, not as many
three
as
days
that.
later.
It's yeah, 3 days later.
Yeah, it was the Thursday. Now it's
Yep.
Sunday.
So
Time for.
yep. Oh, that's the sound effect. That's the one. That's the one.
That's the one.
Uh,
Uh,
cool.
yeah. So we're back. We should be talking about Cowboy Bebop the movie
Yep.
because that's what we were talking
Yep.
about.
We never got to the end of that.
Uh,
So, we were
yeah.
to rush us up to where we were. You'll have just heard this seconds ago, but for us, it's been a few days. We had Spike in the hospital pretending to be a janitor. He was mopping the walls, while this woman who is kind of in the military or something.
Yeah. She was in the military. I think, isn't it? Have they not already by this point worked out that Vincent was part of the military too?
Yes, I yes.
Yeah, because they've worked out his tattoo on his arm,
That's
that face saw clearly, and tried to draw
that's right. It was on his hand, wasn't it?
uh, just his wrist,
Reminded me.
kind of like the weird tattoo you
I
got.
thought it was on the back of his hand.
Oh, I thought it was on the.
Oh, I maybe I'm just that I like.
I thought it was on this side of the arm.
Oh, maybe. I was thinking of
Well, at least it is with hers.
yeah. I feel like I was thinking of Alucard's tattoo or markings, but maybe not. His are on the back of his gloves, I think.
Alucard from like
From from
Castlevania.
Helsing, sorry.
Oh, that Alucard.
Yeah.
Wrong Alucard.
I am going to have a look at this and see if I can find it. No, it's sorry, it's not in the back of his hand. It's on the back of his wrist.
Yeah, well, at least I knew it was on his wrist.
It's here.
We're both right. This side,
Yep,
the hairy
the
side,
hairy side of your wrist. Yeah. Uh, hers is
the
also on the
proper
same
hairy
bit,
side.
the back of her right wrist.
I suppose that's because it's easier. It's rather than turning your arm around.
It is the Martian Army
Uh,
emblem.
yeah, special forces or something. And his whole regiment's dead,
Yes.
apart from
Did
him
we get to that? Have we got to that
and
bit yet?
another guy. Well, yeah, we looked at the list. If we're thinking we have, then we have. I think.
The reasoning, the rationale, I
Ooh,
mean, of why he's the only one left alive.
well, not really.
Oh, that no,
We haven't got to the reason why he's
no,
alive.
because that
He's marked down dead
yes,
on the list.
because that comes when he has a conversation with Faye, I think.
Yeah. Pretty much. He has conversation with Faye, and I think it's reconfirmed at some other point.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, yes, it is. It's
Um,
confirmed. I reconfirmed, I believe, by Jet's police friend.
oh yeah, which happens after this scene,
Yes. So yeah, the
or happened before the scene.
I can't remember. It's around. It's a long movie. It's like 2 hours long. Stuff happens in an order.
It's only 90 minutes long, man.
And oh yeah, yeah. So
You're not selling it well. It's saying, oh, it's like 2 hours long now.
yeah, you're right. It's not that long. So yeah, they end up in a Spike and this female soldier end up in a fight. He's flirting with her in the hallway, and then does someone else turn up?
Yeah, some more henchmen kind of turn up,
Yes.
and he's like, "I better run," and he scarpers,
Yeah, that's right.
and he goes along, jumps over jumps down from like a 3-story high balcony, and then
Yeah,
runs along,
with zero problem.
and then well, he lands with his legs crouched. He crouches when he lands, so he absorbs all
Yeah,
the momentum into his
still
legs.
like I don't know, 20 feet up.
Mars has a lighter gravity than Earth.
Is that where they are? Are they on Mars at that point?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
Mars.
Okay.
It's not a colony anyway. Apparently, that you can't see that anymore either.
No.
No, apparently it's bad. At least I don't know. I was watching a lot of shitty YouTube shorts, and it's like, oh, why can't we see the colony, and colonizing and stuff like that anymore?
Oh.
It's not racist. But then most of our colonizing did impact
Oh.
the local people quite a
When
bit.
you're the British Empire, colonizing basically means fucked up. So
Well, I think colonizing just means the same with everyone. To be honest. I don't think France or Spain are any different, or
no, or Portugal
Portugal.
for that matter. Yeah, you're right.
Fucking, I don't know about Italy. If Italy ever expanded,
Uh,
well, I suppose it did back in the day when it was known as Rome.
I I'm bad at both history and geography.
Well, Rome's the capital of
Oh,
Italy,
I know that.
and Romans came from Rome,
I've been
and they were before the British
I've
Empire.
been to Rome. I've been in the Colosseum. Did that,
No,
and it's fine. Uh, Rome
yeah.
is super touristy, and it's okay. I liked it, but I don't think I would stay there for very long. Also, when you leave, you pay Rome tax, which I think is the most hilarious thing.
Rome tax. What the
They,
hell's
they
Rome tax?
legitimately charge you per day you've been there for the
Really?
privilege of having been in Rome. Yep.
What? I mean, to be honest, the Italian government is pretty much run by the mafia, so of some sort.
I don't know. There was that Final
What?
Fantasy porn related incident they had recently.
Oh, what was that then? I remember someone mentioning that.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody may have joined a Zoom call and started sharing some Final Fantasy porn in the middle of one of their meetings. Whoops.
Well, all you know is he'll have a horse's head in his bed next day.
If they can find them. If they can find them.
They know where he lives.
So, I can't. Yeah, so he escapes, and then
Mm-hmm.
she has to go back to her superior and explain. It's like, well, I let him go, kinda. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, she tried her best. Like she's pretty much like she closes the gate on him, and he goes and then he's like, oh shit, and
Oh
then he gets
yeah,
like shot up by lots of
that's
guns
right.
as he uses the cleaning truck to jump over the barrier.
Yeah,
She also jumps down from that balcony.
she did. Just, bold and brave.
Yep. Mhm. And also compresses her legs to take the impact.
Yes, standard.
And she lands like a superhero.
Yep,
Well,
superhero
she's like
landing.
the superhero landing.
Amazing.
Anyway, yeah, so she's basically telling her superior that she didn't get away. They couldn't find the doctor. I can't remember if we had that meeting yet. She mentioned that she couldn't find the doctor. That's why she was in the same place where Spike was,
Yes.
where he got the vase
Yes.
or vase, vase, vase.
I, one of those.
It's pottery. He got the big pot,
Yeah. Yeah. The vase.
the vase, the vase. Anyway, so we got away. They talk about Vincent and like he shouldn't be there type thing. He doesn't exist. He's a problem that doesn't exist. Essentially, and then cuts back to Spike on the Bebop.
I
Oh yeah, he's on the Bebop,
yes.
and he's sticks on some headphones and just lies on the couch. And Jet's going, "What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
You got no leads. What are you doing? Oh no, it's cool, Jet. It's cool. I'm just gonna lie here. Ah, you're always sleeping. Damn pum."
That's yeah. This is uh this is leading up to one of the better scenes in the movie. I'm trying to remember if it happens pretty much straight after this or not.
Was that the Ed scene?
I'm thinking of the train scene.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that happens
It's not too long from here.
in a yeah. It's in a few minutes. But for that, I think either Faye goes out to get the hacker, and then Ed tries to talk to Faye about something, and Faye kind of knows Ed, so Ed goes out and hunts down the guys herself with Ian,
Yes,
I
that's
think,
right.
and she dresses up like a jack o' lantern,
It is
going trick or
quite
treat,
amazing.
and then gets chased out one door, going, "It's not Halloween's not till tomorrow, punk, get away!"
It's peak Ed.
Because
Uh,
yeah,
some
she just wanders the street with her noodle arms
I do miss
and
Ed.
legs. Yeah, yeah. And then so she finally gets to a point, and because she took the hat because Faye was looking for the hat.
Mm-hmm.
She took the hat because where's that goddamn dirty hat type thing, and Spike makes some passing comment about this. Don't know, don't know what you do with your clothes, the Faye type thing.
As Spike does.
Yeah. Um, anyway, but Ed's used it as a sniff to get Aiden to sniff out the smell for the hacker.
Yep.
Uh, and then she tracks it down and phones Faye up and goes, "Oh, Faye, I found the guy. He's in this building. It's in the door." I was like, "All right, stay there, and I'll come to you." Okay, Faye. And then, like, literally 2 seconds later, oh, parade and kids, let's go join them. And wanders off. Literally, doesn't even last like a
It's like
minute.
the same breath of saying, "Yeah, I'll be there." Oh, parade.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
good.
And then Faye arrives and goes, "The hell? I told you to sit here, Ed. How did I know which door it was?"
Yep.
Fuck's sake.
Uh,
Um, and then at that point, Vincent's in his hidey hole at, in, in this building. He's playing solitaire and he's talking to the hacker, and the hacker's like, solitaire type thing, and talks about it. And he tells you about the moves and what it's all about. And then does he shoot the hacker?
he no. Does he not just gas him?
I think he does. I think he does something with the
Does he stab him?
one of the pills. Oh, he has the pill and he shoots the because the things that he's playing in solitaire
Or
with
the
is
the
the blue
virus? Yeah,
balls that
yeah.
have all the as a virus. Because that's what you do with like a highly dangerous virus. You play solitaire with it.
Don't you remember
Of
that from
course.
The Rock when Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery were playing solitaire with those massive green balls full of nerve agent?
I haven't watched The Rock in many,
Oh,
many years. I don't think it's could been 20 years now since I watched it.
it's 20 years too long. You should watch that again.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
good shit.
I remember when the cinema to see that.
Oh man, I missed it in the cinema, but watched it so many times on video.
It's a ridiculous film. Yeah, so he does that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then he takes one, and the guy's going, "Oh shit, no, man, what you doing? Don't be crazy, you fucking crazy fuck,"
Yep.
type thing. And he puts one on the ground and then shoots it, and
Yeah.
then the guy goes, "No, oh, that was a dud, right? That was a dud." And then he kind of like keels over and
Yeah.
busts through a window, and then Faye goes, it's that building.
Yeah. And then he busts through the window, and then as she goes up, he like starts. She like kicks in the door or whatever it is or something, and he starts smashing his face against the wall or something, just something daft like that. It's like, yeah, this
Oh,
seems a good scene.
yeah, he does. And then he kind of goes and says to Faye, talks about Haroon. I didn't get to see what's his name from
From
that
the
video
video game.
game
That's right.
to her.
In the
And that's his
arcade.
dying words.
Yeah, he falls dead in a puddle of his own blood in the middle of the apartment. Um,
Yeah,
Faye starts to get a little bit dizzy, and then kind
yeah,
of passes out, and we kind of presume that she's probably not in a great place.
yeah. Well, Vincent appears and she does take a shot at
Yeah,
Vincent
that's
and
right.
shakes his hand
That's
a
right.
bit. And then she has a wee struggle with him. And then Vincent essentially forces himself on her
Uh, yeah. There's some
as
weirdness
she
in these
struggles.
scenes that seems unnecessary.
It's it's the fan service.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's just that, man. It's
yeah.
just how I mean, to a point. I mean, the context of it is pretty bad and wrong, and but it's a bit fan servicey.
It's
Anyway,
yeah. The worst of it doesn't
and
happen
then
until she wakes up, ironically.
yeah, yeah, which is later because this is after. So this then goes to the train.
Yeah, because he bails out. He abandons ship for a while. to go to the train.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he also ties up the dead hacker's body.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, he's still there.
Is he?
No,
Is
he
his
is still
body
there.
still there?
I'm pretty sure because I'm sure Faye came talks about it, or is this, or is that the other dead body? Anyway, goes to the train. And then the military people go, all right, have eyes on Vincent. He's moving. And then military lady kind of goes, all right, wait for me. I'm coming,
Yep.
type thing. And then Spike, who actually has placed a bug on her in that fight,
Yes, that's right.
or a bug somewhere, at least.
So
Because he gets the,
yeah, some form of tracker.
yeah, he gets the call on his headphones. So he wasn't just being a lazy bum.
No,
He was
I mean he was,
thinking,
but he was also smart.
yeah. But I think he also, I think he makes another wee remark about thinking maybe a few steps ahead
Yep.
at this point.
And a callback out,
Which,
presumably to the shogi game that they had been playing earlier on.
yeah, the one that Jet is grilling him about. It's like, you're too impulsive, blah, blah, blah. You don't think
Now
ahead.
you're asleep. What the fuck?
Yeah, pretty much. And then, yeah, so they get on the train. Oh, but, uh, so Vincent gets on this, like, monorail train.
Yep.
It's in the air, going over the bay, and Spike misses it, but jumps onto the tracks above it,
Yes.
and then runs along at the same speed as the train because he's got superhuman powers.
Yes.
I mean that train is probably going like maybe 60 miles an hour
Fast.
or
Well,
something.
mono means one and rail means rail.
Monorail, monorail, monorail,
The
monorail,
ring came off my pudding can.
monorail.
Take my penknife, my good man. What about as brain
Oh, that
dead
was it.
slobs? You'll be given cushy jobs. Is there a chance
Yeah.
the track can bend? Not in your life, my Hindu friend. Oh, what a song. So good.
Monorail, monorail. Oh Jesus. Yeah.
The best. Anyway, they're kind of excuse me, chasing him through the train. Then things things take a turn. Passengers start getting fucking blown away.
Yeah, they're all. I think Spike comes out and then he starts shooting at
Yep.
Spike, and then the passengers kind of like get blown away and slash run to the
Yeah.
other end of the train.
But there's legit one guy, the first guy, who just gets properly hit square in the eyes. It's like, oh my
Yeah,
god, these people are in trouble. You chose the wrong monorail to be
but
on.
Spike. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, was there's a one scene where Spike kind of redeems himself from the actions at the start of the movie. I feel where he does save the elderly woman
Oh yeah. That's right.
because she's going, "Ah," and then he just like forces her head down behind the bench.
Oh man, it's a pretty good scene.
Get down,
It's
lady.
it's a cool shootout actually.
Hmm.
It's pretty well choreographed, um, and it feels pretty visceral. Uh, then there's a why is there an explosion? Is that Vincent that causes that?
Explosion. I don't think it
Yeah,
was.
because the
Not until the end of it.
yeah, I'm just trying to remember what it is that causes the explosion.
Oh, it's
It
Vincent,
is
but like,
Vincent. Yeah, okay.
so you have like a big fight scene where Spike ends up charging along the train by jumping along the backs of the
Yep.
seats, and he's like looks like he's outpacing Vincent in hand-to-hand combat. Then all Vincent really needs to do is take one big mighty hand
Yeah.
and grab his left nipple and squeeze and turns it,
Fucking
and that's
Fist of the
Thor's
North Stars him.
yeah, fucking that Spike
Just
crippled.
kind of going,
And then
fingers right into the body.
just
Oh
like
man.
a good grab like that, and he
Fucking Kali Ma.
yeah, rips out the heart. Anyway, also this kind of floors Spike and he's bleeding,
Yep.
and then he just picks him up. He's already kind of shot Vincent a couple times in the hand as
Yeah.
well, but
Yeah. Vincent has taken a bit of a kicking.
well, yeah, and he fell down,
Yep.
and that's when Spike got to him, and then that's when he kind of like, ha, I'll just grab your left nipple.
Not the only time we'll see that maneuver.
Maybe his right nipple. Might be the right nipple. Anyway, it's perspective,
Yeah. Important
I think
details.
it was his right. Anyway, then he kind of carries Spike over to the far window and throws him out arm length because Vincent's a tall man over Spike. Spike's quite lanky himself.
Wait, he doesn't just throw him off though. Does he not get shot off?
Yeah. So he's kind of holding Spike by the neck. He's like kind of picked him up by the neck, just like the Undertaker would, and force him through the window.
Like he's gonna smash his head off the passing things.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to do it, but it's not quite a long reach. And then the military lady comes through.
Yep.
Kind of aims at him. And then he's like, ha, blah, blah. Oh, you asked for Spike's name. It says, what's your name? Spike Spiegel. And then shoots him squarely in the opposite side of the body from where he clawed him.
Yep. He just
straight
falls out the train.
Straight through, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, I think the military lady goes, Vincent. And he kind of looked at her and goes, bah, and holds up the grenade in
Yeah.
his hand, just like this. I'm trying to show you on the camera, just like this. And then goes, ha ha ha, and then it's like,
yeah, he does sort of like a martyrdom.
yeah.
Pulls the pin on that grenade and is like, yep, fun time.
And then the whole train kind of screams to a halt.
Yeah, the front carriage dips off nose first and just eventually slows the whole thing to a stop.
Yep. And then everyone else kind of keels over and dies. The military lady goes, oh no.
Yep.
What the fuck?
That's right.
I'm still alive. How the fuck that happened?
Yeah. The mysteries continue.
The mysteries. And I think Spike's back on the Bebop.
No. I think Jet fishes him out the water, and they're sat at the side of the river for a while.
No, it's his Native American friends.
Yeah,
the chieftain.
They get him.
They get him, and then Jet comes.
Yeah, Jet comes to pick him up, and then they're sat at the side of the river, looking over, and Jet's sort of like, this is pretty big now. We're just bounty hunters. It's fine for us to walk away. It's like this is maybe beyond what we do our job for. And he kind of goes into like a few like little kind of like a mini speech, trying to say is like, it's really not worth it. Let's just go on, and you did your best. And then he turns around to him and he's fallen asleep again.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough.
He's been shot and he's bandaged up and covered in a blanket.
Yet again.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like
again.
the third time.
Yeah, man. He's had a lot of very, very serious shots to center mass over his time in this show.
It, yeah, his body must be like a sponge.
Jeez. Yeah. His body must be like SpongeBob SquarePants at this point. It's full of fucking holes.
Yeah, yeah. So that was a thing. And then they go away, and then Faye's still kind of locked up in
Yeah, she wakes
the
up
guy's place.
unconscious. She wakes up and finds her that she's been
Mhm.
tied up, with her hands behind her back, and Vincent's kind of chilling out there, and then he kind of
Yeah,
gets a bit threatening and decides it's like, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like talk to you like maybe an inch away from your face, and threaten you a little bit, and then I'm gonna cut what is already a relatively flimsy top in the middle.
yep.
Yep. No need for that to happen
So
at all. Like none.
yeah, no extreme nudity.
No,
Um, but then he think he talks about himself and how he's got like these nano
he does. She asks
things.
why how she's alive because she saw what happened to the hacker, and he says, "Oh, that's
Mhm.
because I gave you my blood, and I'm immune." And then that's when he starts talking. That I think we get the sort of flashbacks of him during the wars being the only surviving
Mhm.
soldier because they had been testing out these nano machines or whatever on the other soldiers.
Yeah, well, no, I think he's just been tested on. It's the Titan War, the same war that what's the name Grim was on
Oh
about.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah. Makes sense.
first back to that. And he was tested on, and he had like these nano machines in him
Well, of course, because
that are
Gren was
anti.
tested on as well, right? That was so
Yeah,
they were doing a lot of testing in this in this future.
yeah. There's this weird war, which is just really just putting out tests on everyone. And then uh, it does go back to Spike. Kind of wanders back into the Moroccan
Yeah,
district
he's
of the
back in the
city,
Arab district, uh,
looking for
looking for Rashid.
Rashid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and then they find Rashid on some stairs.
he does. This is one of my favorite parts of this movie. Just because of the way this conversation ends is amazing. Um,
Is it?
because he's what is it? He's trying to get information about that was responsible for the for whatever I can't remember. And
The nano machines.
yeah, and then he's like after the guy's like, yeah, here's your info. He goes, oh, and if you see whoever the doctor or whatever, he's like, give him this message for me, and he just full on punches him in the stomach. Like
Yeah,
abs-
proper
yeah,
sucker punch in the
and his
front.
his pipe falls out his hand, and he's like, "Oh!" on the stairs. But then I'm like, "Oh man, that's rough. how's he gonna get back from this one?" He's like, stands up, picks up the pipe, and he goes, "Yep, I will tell him." He's like, "Goodbye," and then just sits up on the banister of the staircase and just slides away.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
might be
He just slides
the
down it.
best conversation anyone has ever had in this show. It's
Yeah.
that.
I think we, I think we missed a bit.
Did we?
Yeah, so that all happens, but like just before that, military lady, um,
Oh,
Electra,
yeah, she's been actively
uh,
suspended now.
yeah, she got actually suspended, and on her way out, she meets one of the lab coat guys
Yeah.
and goes, "Can you test this blood for me?"
Yeah.
And then the guy goes, "All right, only if you go on a date with me." And she's like,
Fine.
"Hey, all right,
Yeah.
fair. I got you to do something bad."
Yeah. Guess we're going out tonight.
Yeah. And then because this kind of ties in with the end of the scene because as Rashid's leaving with Spike,
Yeah.
a bunch of military people come in because he says, "Oh, this conversation's gone too long." As Slippy knew that these military people were about there because the crows got scared,
Yeah, that's right.
or some birds got scared anyway. And he was like, "All right, we better go, better quit this." And then Spike gets
Yeah.
arrested,
By
and
a lot of guys with
there's a
guns.
bunch of
A
guys.
lot of guys with guns.
Yeah, yeah. So Spike doesn't even bother fighting.
Nah.
He's like, "Yep, okay." Um, he sees a bunch of them seem to be chasing Rashid down the street at the bottom of the
Yeah.
stairs. Electra walks into the big office and suddenly gets guns pointed at her,
Yep.
saying, "You called me in here. What's this all about?" It's like, well, tell us how you got like these anti nanobites in your blood.
Oh. What?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. You've always been the only person that has that is Vincent.
Oh. You tell me.
Yeah, you tell me. So basically get thrown in some dungeon in the lab.
Yep. Oh, she gets escorted in, and Spike's already there, and he's just like, "Hey,
Yo.
yeah, yo." Oh, it's so good,
uh,
so silly.
and then so they leave there, and then Spike basically has a chat with her. Well, so that remember that coin toss and we go on a date? It's a pretty shit date type thing.
Oh,
And she's like, "How can you be so calm when they're going to raise your memory or execute you?"
yep,
It's like, uh, it's a thing.
yep. As we've discussed many times, is Spike does give zero shits about the fact that he's going to come back or not at any point.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and
I did like him trying to escape from the jail cell though, because while he's having this conversation with her, he's just kind of examining the bars, and then at one point he's like kicking his leg in and out of it, just as like, could I like slide through? No, okay, just kind of
yeah,
investigating all angles.
he was he was making sure things are isn't inescapable.
Yep.
Anyway, so basically, turns out Electra was kind of like Vincent's lover type thing.
Yeah, gonna assume that there was some transfer of fluid at some point that led to her having some sort of nanobots.
Yeah. Um, and I don't know. So that's that, and he's Spike goes, "Yeah, I can relate with that. That's kind of like my whole backstory too."
Oh, Spike.
Yeah. And then I think meanwhile on like the Bebop, Jet's just bitching and moaning that they just come and go all the time. He's not worrying at all about them at
Nope.
all. Like, he's like, "Fuck's sake, those guys, fucking bitches,
Definitely,
keep
definitely not
fucking leaving
stressed
me
out at the
alone."
fact that he doesn't know who either of them are and they haven't called.
Yeah, not stressed at all. Not the father figure.
No.
Well, not one bit.
Nope.
At least Ed and Line are there to keep him
Yeah,
company.
that's true. That's true.
Um, Line goes on the table
Oh
because
yeah.
he's looking at the shogi pieces again. Ed's like, "So you're not just sitting there waiting on a call from Spike or Fee, are you?" No,
Nope.
no. What you on about? No, I don't care. I don't care. Uh, and then they both kind of appear at that point.
Yep.
Um, but the jailbreak is pretty good. I like the jailbreak.
How does it happen again?
it's basically pretty much goes there's a guy and a doctor appear and he goes, "Hey, can I get a light
Yep.
or a smoke?"
I'm not giving you one of
And
those.
then the guy asks his spear and goes, can I give him one? It's like, that's a negative.
Yeah.
And then Spike just kind of grabs him, and the doctor gets grabbed by Electra.
Yep. And then he takes a cigarette anyway.
Yeah, he takes a cigarette, and and they get out. So they escape back to the Bebop.
Well, they make their way through the because they're gonna go and get the lab results because they want the antidote.
Oh
They need to get
yeah,
the antidote on the way out, or the sorry, not the antidote. They need to get the synthesized uh cure from her blood that she'd given to the doctor earlier on, the one that had asked her out on a date. Because the whole thing is that they want
yeah.
to erase the fact that this cure or ability to avoid the nanomachines exists at all for
I think
whatever reason that
I
is.
think it's the whole thing. They want to like deny all accountability, so they had to like deny the whole nano machines that come and kill you,
Yep.
and deny the cure for it because that's like both go together. It's like, oh, if you got a cure for this thing, then you also knew about the first thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So yeah,
Uh,
they end up escaping through that lab and talking to that doctor,
mm,
and he's like, "Oh, I guess we're not going on that date anymore."
yeah, that's it. Uh, Meanwhile, back in Vincent's headquarters, can I ask Faye if he wants to join him? Because he's like, I just want to see the world burn type thing. Because I'm living in a dream and I don't really know the exit of the
It
dream.
gets very metaphysical and a bit wanky. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, and then this is another fantastic scene where we get a recurring appearance from the guy earlier who he owes money to. When
Oh
the
yeah.
door goes, and he's like, "Oh," and he goes over, and the guy's like, "So you said you'd have my money now, you know, like because of the thing that you did. I like pay me." And he's like, "Oh no," and then stabs him to death immediately with immediate effect.
No, he said that he told him never to come to the place. Uh,
Yeah, I'm not sure that that warrants the stabbing, but yeah, he did say that.
it's not. He's not exactly straight laced. This Vincent, you know.
No, no, he does. He stabs him very, very hard. Like
Yeah.
so hard, I think it kind of almost sticks to the door in front of him.
Yeah. I think he's impaled to the door now.
Yep. So it's pretty
Um,
rough.
but he came up because the cops started to go to the warehouse.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so he asks if Faye wants to join him, and then he leaves because Faye goes, "No, I think I'm okay. I don't really want
Yeah.
to join you."
Because it's Halloween, and the door between reality and wherever the afterlife or whatever is very thin at this point, and now he's definitely dressed like Metal Snuffkin in his big vampire hunter D hat. Uh,
Yeah, man. He brought us fucking snocking.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
bailing out in his Halloween costume, and he's gonna do it, and gonna infect the whole place in broad daylight during a parade. Um, and the thing is, of course, is that that's pretty much it's pretty much the plot of Detective Pikachu.
yeah, you're right. Oh well. You like spraying like poisonous shit over parades.
Yeah.
Um, so fuck's sake. Um, Never thought of it like
Yep.
that. Things on a whole new
Oh
level.
yeah.
So yeah, He kind of leads her
Yep.
and says, "I'll be on the bridge that connects heaven and earth,
Yep.
or something like
Just
that."
just watching.
And like, "Oh, okay, yep." Uh, Faye crawls over to the guy he's stabbed and uses the knife to escape, gets away, and gets back to Bebop.
She puts on
As
a
we're
she
talking
puts
about,
on a red jumper.
she always had that red jumper around her.
Did she? Is she
She
all
always had like a red skull.
I shawl type thing? I for some reason, for me, you know what it is? It just became immediately noticeable to me because she had to wear it because obviously her top had been cut, so she was wearing it more like a shirt.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's it.
I
Yeah,
don't think I'd ever taken any notice of it until now.
ah, man, she's always had that around her.
Weird. Oh, that's crazy.
You know, that's why she said she was a gypsy at the start.
Oh God.
Anyway, yeah, so she gets back to the Bebop as Jet's getting really worried, and Ed's rubbing it in, and then she comes in, reels in. Oh yeah, I'm here, Jet. And then Spike and Electra walk in with all the antidote. Oh hey, Jet type thing, and who's this?
What the hell's going on? You can't just turn up like this every time.
Yeah, very
He's so
much.
mad.
Like fuck's sake. And then and then I think they start coming up with a plan. Like, oh, Vincent says he's going to be at the between heaven and earth bridge, the bridge between heaven and earth.
We should go there.
Should go there, but then the ISSC go. Oh, we traced this location. He's hacked into like the water supply,
Oh yeah.
the water processing plant. So we're off down there. And like the hay fever guys, it's but we need to get the authority of the chief, and it's like I don't have time for that
Yep.
shit. Gotta go.
And this is the bit where he just starts smoking again. It's like he
Yeah.
says for the second time, he goes, "You know, this is a no smoking area."
Yeah.
It's I don't know why that makes me
Nice.
laugh, but that's such a weird, deep cut, stupid joke. But the fact is, like, once is like an off comment, twice is just for some reason comedic genius, and I don't understand why.
All right. Um, and then so they go and commandeer like the water center plant, and the guy is like, "Who are you guys? Oh, we're ISSC. Oh, you can't come in here. Where's your authority?" And he's like, "We don't need authority," type thing. And then they search the place and they find like a jack o' lantern, uh, and blew it up, and it was just plain air in the jack o'
Yep.
lantern costume that was hidden there. And then the military, well, the lab people can't come in and bust in, and basically the same scene kind of reappears in that sense where the ISSC says, "Ah, and whose authority are you hereby?" "Oh, it doesn't concern you. We override your authority." Thing. It's like, well, no, that's my case. God damn it. Um, and on the Bebop, they are kind of like discussing things. Oh, what, jacks. Oh, jack o' lanterns.
Yeah.
Because Faye reports them about the guy came in talking about the jacks.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're going to do that at the parade. Uh, and then they gather all like this yellow vaccine stuff, which apparently is like the vaccine, not this urine.
Definitely not.
Not. Uh, and then Spike goes out to do stuff. Asks Faye to go to the weather control system
Yep.
to make it rain.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah.
he needs
We're gonna get a good
participation.
precipitation. They're
Yeah.
gonna get a good bit of weather control. Been a while since it. Not since what the fuck was the name of that game? Just Cause 4. I'm pretty sure it had a weather control machine. Bad guy in it.
All right. Well, it makes sense to have a weather control machine in these planets. So I think this point Spike's kind of nice to Faye. It's like, oh, I really need you in this
Yep.
type thing. And she goes and does that. Gets Jet to go and hire some planes.
Yep.
So they go down to like the local airfield to go, I need all your planes. And sorry, they're all booked out. Any plane will do. Any plane, you say.
Uh, no.
Uh,
Bunch.
and then they're at the airfield and he does see all these like relics of
Yep.
like past like
With pilots of equal age.
biplanes. Yeah. And the pilots of yeah, the crop dusters.
And it's like
And they had this
fucking Independence Day all over again. And it's the fact that it's like, okay, let's do this, and they like wind them all up, and then it's like, well, they are not in good condition, and then they all start like falling out the sky and exploding. Like, oh my god, what is this?
just as the guy was saying oh wow, they actually fly. I did not expect that.
It's like, oh yeah, yeah. Oops. No, I was wrong. Never mind. Shit.
Yeah, and Jess just got his hand over his eyes going,
I don't blame him.
yeah.
I don't blame him.
Not to mention he had like the three old guys in the plane.
Yep. Those three
And
crazy
they were
old
just like
guys.
messing with Jet. Oh, where are we going again? Oh, I told you, it's in the plans. Oh, where? What? We're going over here. No.
Stop it. Stop it.
We're just messing with you.
Oh, they're such assholes.
Yeah, they're old guys. So with that, fly off, and some of them disintegrate in the
Yep.
air because that's what planes do.
Yeah.
Disintegrate in the air. And then I think Spike is flying out with the city barrier for some reason.
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure is the whole reason he's flying around like this.
Good question.
Military comes in. I think it's just an excuse for like a wee flights action sequence, to be honest.
Or is it to attract their attention?
Maybe to distract him from something else. Because he goes out, flies along, and then the military goes, aha, that's that Spike
Yeah.
Spiegel. We arrested him. We got to go and destroy him. And then he like successfully beats three military aircraft with rockets and shit when he has nothing.
He does, yeah.
And he has like a cool flight scene. He runs underneath like a highway and
It's
flies up into the sky
it's very cool.
and then shoots debris and then comes back into the city, into the water, fires his laser beam weapon to create a big splash of water underneath the bridge and pulls up as the other aircraft flies straight forward into oncoming ships of
Yep.
some form.
If there's anything that can be said about
And
this
that's
movie, it is that the animation budget is clearly high.
They had good sponsors.
The animation sequences are great, like particularly the action ones, and they're good in the show, but they're amplified to a degree in this movie. In every instance, like every single, a lot of it reminded me
Yeah.
very much of Ghost in the Shell, in a lot of the way the motion of the animation worked.
I think it's probably done kind of maybe the same principle. Certainly, there's CG orientated bits. For example, the bit in the train where they kind of like do that zoom in and stuff.
Yeah.
That was computerized. At least the train cart was, which made it kind of look a bit weird because they were also drawn on as 2D, where the thing was 3D. Uh, yeah, I mean, did you not see the sponsors in it? So they even started out, I think, it was basically big sponsors for Cup of Noodles. Cup of Noodles?
Oh yeah, I guess they do talk about eating out of styrofoam a lot, but they kind of
Yeah,
rag on it quite a
they're
lot.
on about product placement, man.
Yeah,
Product
I
placement.
guess.
And then there was a Coca Cola sign
Oh,
in one
okay,
scene. Yeah, I think it around about the bar scene and stuff like that.
fair
So
enough.
they had like big name sponsors for it. I don't know how big Cup of Noodles were back then, though. Probably quite. I think they're quite big. Now, so he his ship kind of gets shot down, and then he lands on like a bridge,
Uh huh.
and then there's this punk taxi driver. He lands in front of, and gets a ride from him to the parade,
Yep.
and he goes and then he sees like the big tower. I think it might be Tokyo Tower type, tower type thing. That's where he is. He's on that, and he ditches the cow without pain of fear, and runs up to the thing, and Electra is in the parade,
Yep.
and she sees the same thing, or she's like, I think a fight happening. Spike and Vincent are fighting again, and they're all fighting along. Faye comes in armed to the teeth and threatens the people in the weather control system. Goes, right, I want you to make it rain. What rain? Why? It's like crazy fucking broad coming in.
Just do it.
It's like where's the security on that? That's that whole like weather system.
Oh, you don't need
I mean
security
that
for
that would,
weather control.
well, I would I would have thought that would be high security type stuff. It's like, but she just walks into the control room without any hassle. It
Yeah.
seems there's no scene to like describe her progress through the building. It's not like a Matrix style thing or anything.
No, you don't. No
Uh,
need for any assistance or anything like that. Any help. No danger in these places, you know.
yeah, no, apparently not. Anyway, so there's a big fight on the tower, Blackpool Tower.
Yeah, Blackpool Tower.
Yeah, Blackpool Tower. We'll call it Blackpool Tower. And the big parade's happening down at the bottom,
Yeah.
and Vincent essentially they have a big fight. Spike kind of beats him up. Vincent kind of holds his own this time. He actually puts some effort into it.
Yeah. He
Uh,
tries, you know.
yeah, and and Vincent are like, oh, you know what, you don't think I would press this button, do you? I'll show you. And he presses the button, and all the big pumpkin heads
Just
in the parade explode.
yep.
And it rains, and the urine spread across the crowd, and no one dies.
Yep.
Except Vincent. He gets shot by Electra, is it, at the end?
Yes. Yes.
Don't think he's.
Do you think it's Spike?
No, I think it's Electra, yeah. Um, I should say that anyone that sees is invented by that nanobot at the start. Sees of butterflies, and Vincent's been seeing like billion butterflies.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It
And
is. It is her who shoots him because then when he's dying, she runs over to him to talk to him.
yeah, because he says he doesn't remember anything. He's kind of like in a dream state, and he doesn't realize it. Doesn't think that he's in the real world
Yeah,
with what he's been seeing.
but now he
That's
remembers.
what he told Faye. Now he remembers and says, "Oh yeah, shit! I remember you, Electra. Now, thank you for opening this door for me
Yep.
that I don't need anymore."
Time
I
to
think.
die.
Time to die.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does a no. It doesn't quite say it, but it is like full on Rutger Hauer, just level of yep. Time to die. Uh,
Yeah. Uh, and then it kind of cuts back to Spike sleeping on a couch, and kind of talking about the loner. That was what he was saying at the start of the movie.
Yeah,
And that's it. End of the movie.
that's it.
No repercussions.
Nope.
I don't understand how they don't like get arrested in everywhere because this caused massive amounts of
All of the
destruction to all the
bullshit. Yeah,
buildings.
well, that and terrorizing a weather station, evading the military. Uh,
Well, the military were in the wrong
they,
technically.
yeah, but I don't think they see it like that.
No, 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 that military doesn't.
Okay.
Kind of like Boris Johnson.
So, what do you rate this one then?
You know what? I don't like that much. It's good. Animation's good.
Yep.
It kind of got the wit of like the some of it, but it feels like it's missing something that wasn't in the show, and that's probably because maybe it was what 5 years later
I don't think it's as
it
late.
was made.
I think it's 2 or 3 years later. It's definitely after though.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I'll give it a 6.
Yeah,
It's still entertaining enough, but it's not. It's not the series.
I swithered, but I think you have convinced me that that is a fair score. I do think
Yeah,
the animation's awesome. The like I discussed the last time, like I say the last time, like in this episode where we also discussed this, that it's just happens to be 4 days later, 3 days later. The music just
yeah,
feels really incongruous a lot of times, and I don't like it a lot of the time. Whereas I feel like the music they choose in the show is far better. Um, it
yeah,
feels like the fight scenes are more just like vignettes connected by some arbitrary conversation that gets you to the next bit. Um,
yeah. It's
yeah.
there's nothing. They could have made more of it. There could be like more of like a discussion. This could easily have been just like another episode.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be a
Well,
movie.
hey, it's like if you say it's like, oh yeah, and the crew of the Bebop, they have to deal with that virus. Oh, the one that turns people into monkeys? No, 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 not that one. Oh, the computer virus that sort of takes advantage of the propulsion. No, no, not that one. Is it like the virus that like was created in the fridge in that one episode that was written? No, 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 not that one. Oh, the movie. Yeah, yeah, the movie.
Are you saying they maybe overdone the virus
I,
thing?
maybe a little. Like, I mean, I get like I think it's really cool that they kind of explored more of the Titan War stuff and the
Yeah,
Martian army and the experimentation that was done on them. I think it's a shame that they didn't. I think, like you say, they didn't really go far enough with that. Like it's so
yeah,
cursory and hand waving. It's like, oh, and then they did this, and then I was okay because they did that to me. It's like, oh, okay, that's all we get. That's
yeah.
all we get.
I feel I don't know if it was rushed
Um,
or what. I don't think it improved being any longer. To be honest,
no,
might
no.
made more. Might have made been able to make more, but yeah, it wasn't a. Yeah, it's probably the worst Cowboy Bebop thing I've seen. Can't think of a put anything lower than a
Um,
6.
there's we've never given it any lower than a 6.
Yeah,
But I'd certainly think you're right. Like it's definitely on par with the bottom rung of what the series is capable of. Which is a
yeah,
shame because there are
that
some
was a movie.
genuinely funny moments in it. Um, and
Hmm.
I think there's some really nice character building particularly for Jet. Um, but
Oh yeah, he certainly worries over the rest of the crew.
but
'Cause-
Faye's involvement seems highly incidental. Ed doesn't really need to be in this movie. Like
Oh, she does the hacking,
Yeah, but it's so again like super
and
cursory. Uh,
and and she explains to Jet how the whole virus thing works.
yeah, yeah.
It was her. She's like the science uh person on the ship,
Just not a big enough role
where
for
Jet is.
someone that's like was so relatively integral to several episodes and things like that in particular. Like I know that in a TV show there are episodes where certain characters are going to take more of a back seat, and that's okay. Um,
Mhm.
but the idea that yeah, I don't know. I just yeah, didn't quite work for me.
Well, that's fair. It's it's uh it's like I said, there's something in the movie. I don't know if it's the fact that it's a movie and it just drags out too long and tries to do a lot of filler in it to go, and they're like, oh well, they got spaceships, so we better put in a spaceship scene of like flying and combat stuff because they got a spaceship to do that shit in. It's
Yeah,
like what? Because like I say, that bit where Spike goes in his plane,
yeah, it's for
it
no real
seems
reason.
pointless and arbitrary just so they can have like a wee fight scene in his fucking spaceship.
Yeah,
Um, Faye,
just
I don't know, she was just a damsel in distress in this one, really.
like seriously, she's a better character than that. They've done her wrong
Yeah,
in this one.
yeah, she's better, much better than that. Though it's not like she's not been captured a lot in the series.
No, but I think it's the when you have an opportunity to do a film for the series that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Surely it becomes an opportunity to spend time with those characters again in a way that's meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly I don't feel like there was much meaning to Faye or to Ed. Like I say, there was definitely
Yeah,
there was a little bit to Spike, not a lot, but I feel like Jet's the one that progressed most as a character in that movie.
maybe that's the whole point of it.
I mean, you
Is
could
for Jet to progress a bit, but then could done that in an episode
oh, yeah, you could convince me, but it's just
or
like
a couple of OAVs.
it's just not. Yeah, it just doesn't work.
So you going to rate it lower, were you? Are you going to go
No,
down to five?
to be honest, I swithered with a 7 because I genuinely did like laugh quite a few times, like the stuff with the vase and the Rashid
Yeah.
stuff was genuinely funny. Um,
Hmm.
and the fight scenes are fantastic. Like the train scene is pretty crazy, and the shoot up at the start is both really well choreographed and funny. Like there's like it gave me the
Hmm.
start of this movie gives me heavy Lethal Weapon vibes.
Yeah, I like the cleaning bit when you had like the broom and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was kind of good fight scene there. There's he actually shows that he's not just all about fists
No,
and
he's super capable
knives.
in
He's actually
general.
got some weapon
Yeah,
skills.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, it had things that redeemed it for me, but they were not. Like if you ever listen to or if you hear a song by a band and then you go, oh, I need to get that album, and then there's maybe like 3 songs on it. You're like, yeah, these are
Hmm.
good. The rest of this is okay. And it's like it's just
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
vehicle for the good songs to get there. Um,
Yeah.
it's a little
I've
bit.
done that a few
It's a
times.
little bit of here's some of the greatest hits of Cowboy Bebop. Here's Spike being this way, and Faye being this way, and Ed being this way, and Jet being this way, and here's a cool fight scene, and
Yeah.
here's a plane scene, and here's a failed romance that sort of is doomed, but also there's some sort of touching scene coming up, and you're like, yeah, it's very. If you painted by numbers an episode of Cowboy Bebop, it might be this.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's I suppose it technically has everything in it
I
from the series,
yeah, I don't want to be too
which is
hard on it
bad.
because it's not bad. It's just not. It's the show. The
Yeah,
characters are better than this in the show.
yeah, they could have done
They've
better.
definitely like they
Could
have
have
never
been,
looked better. Like like everything about this movie is
yeah,
gorgeous. Like the fluid animation and the character and drawings are gorgeous. The scenery and everything is really cool. But yeah, like
that doesn't
just
make a.
falls apart in the writing.
That's just it's just eye candy, man.
Well, it's like I watched a thing about animation and they kind of talked about it's like anime the way they do it is that here's we're gonna do a single hand moving and we're going to do implied motion and not actual motion. So like I'm not creating a new slide really. I'm just sort of changing things up in a way that implies things are moving, whereas in western animation there's a lot of actual motion that costs a lot. So with like anime TV shows, they keep budget down by having, I don't know, however many thousand individual slides of drawings. And it's clear like that
Yeah,
with this movie they were like, no, you have budget, just you fucking draw all the stuff you need to draw to make this look like this.
yeah,
And it's not that the TV shows look bad for it, it's just that it's more noticeable. Like you look at things like Naruto or Bleach or One Piece or Dragon Ball Z, and you can see like it's like see that like they're implying a lot through audio and repeated animation and
hmm
increase in scale of a single asset, and it's like you're giving me a lot but doing very little to do that, so it's very cost effective.
yeah,
But in this there's less of that and more sort of overt set pieces and things. So
yeah. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is probably a bad one to use because that's how many years old now?
yeah, I mean it's like what, 1987.
Or something like that. Yeah, when it was like always like the
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's
cheapest
not
chips
the.
animation from.
It looked good though. I still think it looks good.
Oh, it's good, but like you can certainly see that the scenery is pretty static all the time and
Oh, that is.
not much.
Oh,
But then that's the same with all of them.
one of my
The rule's the same.
one of my favorite things in this entire world is there's an animated GIF with a caption underneath it that says, "If you don't know what's happening in this scene, it just looked like Goku makes a really bad attempt to try and catch Vegeta as he's falling." And it's just Goku stood there, like charging up the spirit bomb, like this.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's the camera is
yeah.
far behind him, so it's just him stood up like that. And Vegeta just goes to the side. It's so good. It's so funny because like every time I watch it, I'm like, man, I have context for this, and that's still funny. I can't imagine what it's like looking at this and having no context for it, but I bet it's wildly good.
Oh man, it's like
It's so amazing. It's one of my favorite things. Um, so
I take
yeah,
take it that's when he was fighting Freezer.
yeah. Ah man, I was so
Yeah.
pissed off. I watched that fucking thing for weeks. I don't know how many weeks it was. He was charging up. Fucking misses. I swear to God.
Yeah. Oh, that's legendary. It's like, yeah, I'm charging out this move, charging out this move. It's like next time in Dragon Ball Z. Next time in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Next time in Dragon Ball Z.
My brother and I were
And it's like,
glued to the television. It's like today. Today's it. This has to be the day where he fires and this is over, right? No, it's not. It may never be over. Some say he's still charging the spirit bomb to this day.
some say he is. But yeah, no, it got you to watch it.
Yeah,
Uh, religiously though.
I really love that show. I have a soft spot for it.
Yeah. Is it Mondo cool?
Oh, 100%. It's like, yeah, as if my love for Dragon Ball Z cannot be seen, cannot be known in audio enough. But the video of this, there is a picture I have in the background that's just a picture of Vegeta with Mondo Cool written on it. That show's real dope.
No, it's not.
It's just it's
not. It's cut out.
It's well.
It's too.
Is it?
It's too high
Oh
up.
no! I can see
too
it.
high up.
I can see it in mine. Damn.
I can see it,
Yeah.
but no.
It's cropped. Yeah.
Too high up,
I will always have a soft spot for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make a bold claim about Cowboy Bebop. I know we're gonna talk about the last 2 episodes next week. I think that the whole is not as great as the sum of its parts.
The whole is not as great as some of its parts.
I don't think I rate Cowboy Bebop as a series.
All right, okay.
But I really like some of the episodes.
Right, okay. Yeah, I can get
Because
you.
I feel like the thing we've had with other, well, you know, not with Ghost Stories or Golden Boy, but certainly with Lane and Haruhi is that connectivity. Like everything is connected all the time. And even the episodes where, you know, you were off to the side for a little bit, there was still a little bit of connection to it. I feel like Cowboy Bebop is more often than not a Monster of the Week episode with zero bearing on anything that's actually happening.
Yeah, it's not that type of anime as such. It's not like it's pretty much kind of maybe more of a, well, say, a mystery science theater type a deal, or an Outer Limits type thing. Where it's always a different thing.
They're just different vignettes of stories in space, and I'm kind of okay with that. But I think the problem is that they try to make it more than that, and I don't think it works as well.
I mean, there's certainly a backstory behind the characters that is following through the series a bit,
and the characters are really well written. I like them. I guess it's just that thing of, hey, wouldn't it be nice if there was more stuff that meant something?
I don't think. Well, I don't know if it started out like that. Maybe it just started out. Oh, let's get these bunch of people and they'll be do something, and then someone's, oh, you know what's good these days? Like a arcing storyline.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we'll paint that brush into the back of it. It's not going to be the main focus of the series. Is that it'll be something in the back, but it's getting to that point that it's all coming to a head. So like next week's episode, we'll be talking about Ed and Faye, and then the week after that, we'll be talking about the last 2 episodes.
Oh, that's right. God damn it! Yeah, we're out of order.
Yeah, we couldn't get time to watch the movie
in the right order.
So
but the episodes will release in the right order.
Yeah. So episodes are the movie is getting released later tonight.
Yes, I'm gonna. I'm gonna wrap this up then. This has been Who's That Anime, an anime podcast, and we can be found where all good podcasts can be found. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime, but we can be found on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Overcast, wherever you want. If you'd like to leave us a review, that'd be cool. 5 stars always welcome. Anything less would be great if it came paired with constructive criticism. We don't get paid for any of this. In fact, we probably output money in paying to watch anime. But if you'd love to, we'd love it if you would tell a friend if you like what we do, to get them to join in on the fun. Always cool to have people to have conversations with. We have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Who's That Anime. We post some anime memes, some new episode warnings, and things like that. That's kind of what it's there for. We have a YouTube channel. That is youtube.com, and you can find it by searching Who's That Anime. Colin, you've been putting up the latest episodes, which I think the latest one is Vampire Homes?
It's Vampire Homes came out last week. I'm launching them kind of like a bi-weekly kind of thing. So next week will be the first season of The Melancholy of Hurry Suzumiya.
Man.
Hurry Suzumiya?
Yep.
Harry Suzumiya?
Haruhi Suzumiya. I think
You're a wizard, Harry.
I am maybe going to re-listen to our episode on the disappearance of Haruhi.
Then that'll be released in
Be a while.
a month.
Yeah, I'll get there.
Because
I'll get there.
I think what I'm doing is at the moment so it'll be the first season of it, and then it'll be our bonus episode, which is the Digi Chariot episode 2 weeks after that, and then 2 weeks after that will be the end of the second season. And Hampside, maybe 2 weeks after that, I'll put the disappearance, because that's one long ass episode of us. Like
no,
3 hours.
It's a two-parter.
Yeah. 2-parter though, but both of them be like an hour and a half long.
Yes, they are. Oh gosh. One of them is an hour 17, and one of them is 2 hours long.
Yeah, we went in depth in that one. We dived deep.
That is
into the world, and
some of our best, I think.
Yeah,
I actually think we come to last episodes really well.
I mean, I think the benefit of watching the whole thing is that you've watched the whole thing.
True.
And then you can you can retrospect your thoughts on the series. I mean, you're jumping ahead already, by saying it's more Cowboy Bebop. It's more some of the parts than the whole thing.
Well, I mean, I could tell you that now. I could tell you that halfway through it. Like, it was just a thing that the movie made me think about, was like as an observation. But so yes, YouTube. Colin likes to play video games sometimes at twitch.tv/couchfuel. There's not been a lot of live stuff more recently, but if you'd like to see an archive of the videos there, you can go to youtube.com and search for the channel Couchfuel. Similarly, I like to play games too, horror games more often than not, and that's at twitch.tv/hailpayman. Hasn't been a lot of my movement on that for a while, but there is an archive of my stuff as well at youtube.com if you search for the channel Hail Payman. And that's us.
Yeah, that's done. Thanks for watching, folks. And we'll catch you next week
for episodes
Cowboy Bebop
23 and 24.
No. Yeah?
Yeah.
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 Yeah? Yeah, we'll go with that. Seems good. It's all good.
Bye, folks.
Ciao for now.